Here doing a UI observation on Apple Maps. Apple Maps is a application that is included into the iOS software, iOS program. So I'll click on Apple Maps and you can see that my location pops up right away with nearby locations. This is an easy, clean, um, use of the Apple Map. This gives you a lot of options right here on the map itself. They offer a toolbar up here where you can get, it has drop down menus that you can do these features or call to action features here as well. But I kind of like using the features right here on the map, which is all you really need. You have directions, which it automatically puts your location in. You can put in a location that you'd like to go to, like, for example, the high school down the road. I put that in, and it gives you options of how to get to the high school. Excuse me. And you can go to that location, push the drop pin that they've put on there, and it says the address, but there's a little I circle here, which is nice. If you push on that, that opens up a tab that has all the information about the high school, address, times it's opened, directions, contact features, as well as website. So these are kind of nice to have. You can love this location. You can send this location to somebody that needs it through message, mail. You can set it as a reminder. You can add it to contacts. There's just so many options here to do with the one location, which is nice, or multiple locations for that matter. All right, now I want to get out. I don't want directions anymore. If you don't want directions, just push the directions button again at the top and it kind of goes away, which is nice. If I want to drop a pin somewhere on the map, I can just right click, drop pin, and it dropped a pin. I just picked any random spot. If you want to get rid of the pin, you can remove it. You can add as many pins as you want, which is kind of nice too. So you can drop a pin, drop another pin. And what I'm looking at, and I think you guys have noticed, or think you've noticed, is that you can't drop multiple pins at a time. It looks like you can drop one pin at a time. It just, as far as residents go, the tabs pull up, it just gives you information. I think you can save this information if you'd like. I'm not going to, but you can get rid of pin by right-clicking again, remove the pin. It has 3 different views here. You have map, transit, which you can only see there's one here, and satellite view, which you can see. This is kind of similar to Google Maps if you've seen Google Maps, which most people have. And they offer, this one offers, Apple Maps here offers a 3D view. You can go back to 2D view by pushing it again. You can turn the map by holding the arrows that are around 3D and just holding your cursor down and turning it whichever way you would like. I prefer the map view. I think that's easier. I don't think there's any need for satellite view unless you want to see your house. You can search for places here in the toolbar menu or search section for locations that you'd like to go. And you can also, again, up here send this off to as a message or a mail or whatnot. This is go to my current location. So if you get away, I'm going to scroll way over here for some reason. And let's say you get lost and you're like, man, I need to get back, and you just had a brain fart and forgot how to zoom out. You can just hit this. It'll take you right back to your location. The most basic feature is zooming in and zooming out, which there's 2 buttons here. You can do that. You can zoom in by plus, zoom out by minus, or you can double click by plus, or double click on your cursor to zoom in, or double tap on the mouse to zoom out, like so. Also, with your keyboard, like a lot of call to action, you know, buttons, you can use the command plus to zoom in and command minus to zoom out through your keyboard. So keyboard is also accessible to use through this. So this is pretty, you have so many options to use throughout your mouse, your keyboard, you have the toolbar menu, and it just gives you, you know, there's not just any one way to do something. You can do the same thing through different options available. So that's kind of nice. The only thing that I think needs improvement is, or I would say needs improvement through the Apple Maps. This design is nice. There's nothing wrong with it, as far as I can see. I mean, it kind of looks, it reminds me of Google Maps. It looks nice. Nothing wrong. What I noticed, though, is when I look at my location, and I can zoom in here and I'll show you. If it'll zoom in. This is, oh, it's taking forever to load. Thank you. This is not the exact location of my address or where I'm at. And I don't want everybody to know where I live or whatnot, but it's a little off, and I would say it's a little inaccurate. So that's probably something they can improve on, is accuracy of location. Although it is very close to where I live, it's still off. Another issue I noticed is when you're in Google Maps, I'm talking Google Maps, not Apple Map, but Google Maps, they have a Street View option. You cannot do that here on Apple Maps. There's no way to look at Street View. I've tried it, doesn't work. You can scroll around like this, but you're still not on a Street View. So it would be very convenient for us to use a Street View if you wanted to see exactly where you are. So if this thing has accuracy issues when they're off a little bit and you want to see a Street View to make sure you know that's the exact location, that would be very helpful. So that's something they should probably improve on. Other than that, this is a very just simple design. It is similar to Google Maps, which I think a lot of people do use. I've never used Apple Maps, maybe throughout my phone if we needed GPS or directions. But that's mostly what I use it for. I don't use it to find a location just to see, you know, for location wise. I use it for directions. So as far as that goes, it works very well. Design's nice. Nothing, I don't see any flaws there. It's just a couple things that do need to be improved that I think could make this a little bit better. But other than that, Apple Maps is a pretty, I would say, solid application to use in iOS software. So yeah.